CNN10 Square, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025, School 116. Checking in on Main Street, April 1st, 2025. Reading aloud. The latest slew of economic indicators did not paint a very inspiring picture about how the U.S. economy is holding up amid all of this turbulence out of Washington. And these new economic numbers did not sit well with investors on Wall Street, with U.S. stocks experiencing another bout of turbulence ahead of next week's significant announcements on tariffs. So let me run you through some of the key findings from today's economic reports. First, the Fed's go-to inflation metric found that Americans are saving more and they're spending less ahead of tariffs. And this report also suggested that inflation's kind of stuck in this no man's land. Right, not as bad as a few years ago, but also not great. Core inflation, which excludes food and energy, it heated up in February. That's significant because economists say that core inflation is a better indicator of underlying pricing pressures. And keep in mind, these are numbers for February. So they don't fully capture the elephant in the room, the trade war, right? This is price changes before much of the tariffs, including the tariffs on steel and aluminum, the tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and some of the tariffs on China, for all of that even kicked in. We know the cost of living, of course, is a major concern right now, and so there was another disappointing confidence report out. This is from the University of Michigan, and not only did it find that consumer sentiment fell sharply in March, but some of the underlying indicators here were also concerning. Consumers' outlook for the future fell significantly. 2/3 of consumers are now expecting unemployment to increase. That's the most since the Great Recession, and consumer expectations around inflation price increases, they heated up to the highest level since 1993. Market veteran Art Hogan, he told me he's not shocked to see consumers expecting higher inflation. This is the worst trade war since William McKinley was in the White House. This finding from the University of Michigan was striking. They said that this month's decline reflects a clear consensus across all demographics and political affiliations. Republicans joined Independents and Democrats in expressing worsening expectations since February for their personal finances, business conditions, unemployment, and inflation. I think the growing concern on Wall Street is that weak consumer confidence will eventually cause people to kind of hunker down and spend less money. And of course, that's where the real trouble would come for an economy that is really built on consumer spending.